gentlemen, a short view back to the past.
Do we see it? 3Y80 acted loaded. Oh, and there's a 4-car crash now. Oh, and there's smoke up the road. It's Webster. Oh, it's a championship leader. Hits him. And here we see Jaden Harrison switches from the outside, passes Marlon Young, trying to go again for another car. Peter Sabot, one more chance. Mike Van Dorn to the outside. Are we going to see a photo finish?
Just step inside. Portal.
As 4 lights are on the board, we go racing at Fuji. Santos with a great run. He covers off Sabot. Ramal's going to be on the outside. Ahmed is going to be following through. The top 4 get away well. It's going to be 3 wides and into 1. Sabot goes very deep. He's going to go wide. A car crashed there. 3 cars off. They're going to stay green. No restart required from them. They're all just jostling through. It's not as big as the incident that we had back at Kailami as they all file through into the left-hander side by side. A couple of cars go through. 3 wide. That's not going to work. Oh, it may have. As they all go through. Couple of cars spinning out through and throughout. One thing's for sure, it's not as big of a crash that we saw back at South Africa. But we're green and we are racing here at Fuji. It's Santos in the lead. Ahmed able to take over P2 from Sabot, who just went way too deep out of turn 1. Christian Ramal 4th. Fancher finds herself in P5. That's, oh, trouble there in the background. Lesmana. Costa, I think that was Hayden as well. Also collected. Costa makes contact as he rejoins onto the circuit. They get back going. It's a lot of trouble here at the early stages. It's not a championship in these regular rounds that invite the virtual safety car, so the drivers are just going to continue in racing out. It's 45 minutes of racing here as Santos now gets back onto the front straight and finishes off lap 1 of the Japanese Grand Prix. Championship leader, we haven't talked about him much. He's sitting down in P13. I'm not too sure what happened to him. But now up to P12, he's in the points. Something's gone wrong for Eamon Espeir in the early goings of this Japanese GP. There's a long way to go. One thing's for sure. The last thing he wants is to be in this position. Daniel Santos, then, who's tied in the championship, P1. Long race, though. Over 30 minutes of driving, so I believe he'll be able to catch back up very soon, but he's got the likes of Costa and Rosa ahead, battling each other side by side. Into the right-hander. Let's switch up to that battle. Will Eamon be able to pull off a move between these two? Costa will go down the inside. Rosa will go very deep, losing the rear end. Eamon's going to say, thank you very much. I'll take over P11, and he's going to be looking for P10 right about now. As I head back up the hill onto the front straight. Santos with the fastest lap of the race, 1:37.892. P11 now for Eamon, looking for P10. Is there a chance for a dive bomb? It's one of those circuits that very much invites you to dive it down the inside, the way these long straights are. Eamon's a little bit far behind, and he's going to wisely stay behind, and he'll work his way to get closer and force Costa to make a mistake. Eamon, he's P1 in the championship for a reason, ladies and gentlemen, and he's going to make sure he puts all that intimidation to all the drivers he chases down as he gets up to the front of the pack. Peter Saveau defends off of Maximilian Fleer. Max, who was able to finish on the second position back at South Africa, unfortunately took a time penalty for the consequences that he took, the action, the contact with himself and Eamon knocked him down off the podium, basically. He's trying to work his way back up. He's now side by side for third. Peter's on the racing line, but Max, can he sweep it through? On corner exit, Peter's still holding on. The inside line is firmly in his favor. The German will have to find a way to switch it back through here. He gets on the racing line, turns in as much as he can. Peter's gonna hold on, but the door is open on the inside. Max is gonna take the opportunity. It's still side by side between them. Peter, can he hold on? The Hungarian will get to the left-hander. Oh, it's contact between the two, and Max has been sent into the wall on the outside, and it's damage. It's heavy damage for Maximilian Fleer. Here we see Porsche, Audi, BMWs. Rosa off the circuit, facing the wrong way. And Daniel, P18, chasing down Leonardo in the Audi. Porsche, what can he do here? Is it going to be a chance down the inside? To the right-hander, turn one. He'll put his nose down. He'll send it all the way through. Contact between them. Leonardo didn't expect that one coming. Turned right into him. And that's a move done. P17 for him. And he can start to chase down, but Leonardo may have a word to say about it. He'll take it down the inside. Farinello's in the background. Porsche goes through. Lexus trying to catch up. On board with Christian. To the right-hander, and a slide there. Nowhere to go. Farinello eats the rear end of the Audi. And here's back to this fight here. Ramau, as he chases down for now, what is P5? Lapped car in the way. Actually, it's not a lapped car. I thought that was Danielle. That's actually Matos. So he hasn't made a pit stop yet. And they're actually fighting for position, but Matos still has to come in for a pit stop. This could work brilliantly for Ramau, as he's gonna, yep, that's exactly what I thought. Saveau gets slowed down from the old tires of the car ahead. Ramau's gonna take it around the outside and get it onto the front straight. Matos is gonna get right out the way. He'll take it to the pits, but it's gonna be a great run for Christian Ramau to put it down the inside. He'll get wide, and he's aiming for it, neck and neck, down the front straight. With 16 minutes left to go, Christian is looking for P4, which will be basically P3 on the podium, down the inside. Can Peter hold on? Little contact is made between them, it looked like. But Ramau is ahead, but Peter's gonna get right back on him down the inside. Is it enough? Can Peter put it down? Ramau goes deep off the circuit into the right-hander. Can he hold on? It looks like Peter just able to hold on to that one. And the Brazilian is gonna have to try this one once again, a different section of the circuit, because Peter is not budging whatsoever. Let's talk about him. The Portuguese driver of Daniel's.
Gentlemen, a short view back to the past.
Do we see it? 3-1-80! Acted loaded! Oh, and there's a 4-car crash! Now, oh, and there's smoke! Off the road, it's Webster! Oh, it's the championship leader! It's him! And here we see Jaden Harrison switches from the outside, passes Marlon Young, trying to go again for another car! Peter Sabot, one more chance! Mike Vantor to the outside! Are we gonna see a photo finish?
Just step inside. Auto.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club. It is the penultimate round of the GT World Challenge and the second round of the Endurance Cup. I'm your host, Rahul Nasseir, and we're getting ready for a very important race of the championship. It's between Nasseir and Daniel Santos, but with 90 minutes of racing, anything and everything could go down here. It's going to be an incredible round of racing. A lot of new features out here today. We look at the midnight hours here at Bathurst. In the real world, the Bathurst 12-hour is firmly underway. We're going to start qualifying in the daylight. We have a minute and 40 seconds left to go before we get started. The drivers sitting into the pits, ready to go for this extravagant race over here. Let's take a look at what the standings are looking like as we get into it. So, as you can see there, it is Daniel Santos who leads the championship standings off firmly, 145 points, followed by Nasseir and Christian Ramau. Peter Sabot followed in P4 with Maximilian Fleer in P5. Look at those team standings. Nano Shift absolutely blowing it out the park. They're looking very strong out here with 242 points, followed by Spirit Racing Energy. Nano Shift comprised by the team of Daniel Santos and Peter Sabot. Spirit Racing Energy, it's Lacey Fancher and Nasseir. 50 seconds left to go before we get going and racing here. The driver count is looking very hot. 30 drivers, make that 28. We have some surprises on your way, including a safety car. But it's segment 1 qualifying coming up. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And we're going to get ready here. It's going to be a good one. It's drivers getting ready for it. Who is taking pole position? Let's switch it over to race direction. Segment qualifying for segment 1 will begin in 3, 2, 1. As soon as you're able to hit that drive button, you're free to come out. This is segment 1 drivers. Segment 1 drivers. If you are not in this segment, you'll receive a penalty. So segment 1 drivers, you are free to come out the pits and begin your qualifying. You have until 15 minutes left to go before your qualifying session is complete. Good luck. So here we go. The first group is out. We haven't seen segment qualifying. We have to look all the way back at the Daytona event here. But one event we have for you out here today. It's qualifying. We're underway. And it's the first half of these drivers. So taking a look at the list, we have Daniel Di Apurano, we have Tio, Emmanuel, Alexander Anderson, Kasper Tezayaki, Andre Bras, Peter Sabot, Daniel Matos, Valentin Berges, San Azevedo, Oleg Sansin. We have Vanderlei Silva, Leonardo Concio, apologies there, Matthew Durant, Henderson Mora, Danny Nasseir, Massimo Tutoro, and Marino Teat. So, as all these drivers come out on here on circuit, the midnight hours here roar as these drivers look to put their cars on pole position. Just because they're in this first split, it does not mean that they have no chance at pole position. They're firmly in it. And the first driver who's going to take us around for a lap here, it's Tio. The Romanian is going to come around here. As he heads out of turn 1, and now after Hell's Corner, heading up the long straight, just blinded. Darkness ahead of him as they head up the mountain section, heading up into the next part of the circuit. 20 concurrent viewers, thank you so much for tuning in to Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club. Seeing in chat, I think that is Lacey. Hell yeah! Scream it to the top of the mountain. Into the double left-hander this time by hugging that inside wall on corner exit soon as possible. Once you get out there, then it's just trying to stay flat out on the loud pedal through the rights and lefts. Here on the double left-hander, just getting very, very deep. Little clip on the curb on the outside, a little wide here. Oh, and that's trouble there on the mountainside as Tio is gonna just run off the circuit. Now, I'm not too sure if he's still on a valid lap, but we're going to continue this one nonetheless, and we're going to hope that he still is. Into the right-hander now, hard onto the brakes for the dipper here. The left-hander as we get onto the back straight here for the first time of a valid qualifying lap. You're going to see a lot of new sponsorships around the board. I want to make a massive shout-out to Evan Steinberg for these beautiful advertisements. You're going to see them a lot more prevalent as we get into the day cycle of this race. But a massive shout-out to him. Into the lefts and rights here of the chase on corner exit. Tio's just got one corner to navigate this time by. And last corner to go for him. Tio now going to race to the line. The drivers are going to be chasing down, if it is a valid lap, it is a 2:12.722. So on provisional pole, but for how long will that one last? It's Berges who's going to take it, followed by Emmanuel. Danielle will take it back. 2:02.890. And that's the fastest time here so far in qualifying. So far, great session underway. Evan, yes, thank you so much. I see you in chat over there. Striker, I think that's Lacey's thing, would have taken part, but just little practice, not enough time to get my laps in. Well, that is a shame if that is a moment there. Chat saying Christian spun on his lap, reviewed on Danny's stream. Oh, yeah, I'm going to try to also bring up the streams as much as I can. It's going to be our best way to look at some onboard laps, some replays, but only those specific drivers. But on track and live stewarding is a bit difficult, that's for sure. So that's why all these drivers have the opportunity to report all the incidents that they have, no matter what session it is. Here comes Danny Nasseir. I'm not too sure if this is a valid lap for him, but as he enters the chase into the chicane section this time by on exit for the left and right hander. Now 1 corner to go for him. We'll figure out if this is an official valid lap for him, or if he is just exiting out the pits. He might be. As he crosses the line now, we'll find out. And it is his first valid lap, so he'll be taken up to P7. And so more times are going to come up through the board. Casper is going to go up to P8. Here comes the next set of drivers. Tio now back to the line here. He'll shuffle that time up to P3. San made his first race here, first qualifying session. He's up to P4. Massimo, Emmanuel to the line. Not much improvement from them. Next to the line up here, we see it. Leonardo crossing it here. P7 for him. Valentin crossing the line. No valid lap time there, at least quick enough. Oleg to the line in the Porsche, not quick enough. We come up to the next set of drivers coming up this time by Marino is the next one to do so, followed by the Portuguese driver in the Ferrari up ahead. We'll see what both of them can do. Braz across the line first, P6 for him. The Argentine crossing now 207, so not much of an improvement. Here comes Danielle, who's currently on pole, fastest lap of the session. He'll cross. It is an improvement this time by. It is not, and nobody can improve that much. But Alexander in the Nissan GTR, the first time we've seen it, well, he's out on top. Better watch out with Daniel Santos. Is going to say potty words when he gets taken out. Well, let's see. I mean, I don't blame these drivers for getting very emotional throughout what happens in these events. I don't blame them, but 17 minutes left to go, but that also means 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in this qualifying session for this first group. The second group, the second segment's going to come up. That's usually the group that's very fast. We have a donation coming in. Thank you so much, saying good luck there. I'm not too sure what currency that is. If somebody wants to tell me that in chat, but we appreciate all the support here. No need to donate, no matter what the amount is, no matter what the conversion is. We just do it for free. We do it for the love of the game, but thank you so much nonetheless there. Nice guy there. I think that is Ilham, isn't it? I mean, put W's in the chat there for Ilham Lesmana if he is going to race. And if not, I mean, that's great. Casper, though, will take that NSX2 provisional pole. And, oh, look at that there. San will take it back. 2:02.549. Maybe the track is evolving this time here. A lot of drivers getting very much quicker there. I was about to say, what is an MX-5 doing on our screens? That's just an advertisement on the wall. More drivers next to come to the line. Here comes Oleg Emmanuel behind him. Oleg will go up to P6 at the moment. Looking for P8, we have Bras next to come to the line here in the Ferrari. The Portuguese driver making it across here, going to P7. And we're coming down to it. We're just under a minute left to go here for this first segment of qualifying. Drivers gotta jump right into the pits. And Danielle's gonna come to the line. Will stay P6. Yeah, Evan, no matter what, whatever the donation is, it's still appreciated, no matter how much it is. I did see a peak of 30 concurrent viewers, and we're still in qualifying. Thank you so much for all the support. Tio, well, he's going quick on this lap. Oh, little touch on the wall, though. That might cost him. Into the left-hander. Holding on to this thing like a wild bull. Through the dipper. Wow, look at him go. And race direction will come up now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Segment 1 qualifying is complete. If you're on a lap, you're free to complete it. Once you have completed your laps, please head to the pits. So Tio now is rushing fast. So you see he just lost a bit of time through that middle sector. Getting ready to go through the chase into the quick kink here. Now into the chicane. Left-hander followed by the right. What can he do? Final corner left to go for Tio. Is it enough to put down a fast lap time to be competitive out here? P5 on the board. He'll go up to second with a 2:02.716. Emmanuel now, he's from P8. He'll come across the line for P7. And Andre is going to be the last driver here in this first segment of qualifying. And he's actually going to take it into the pits. So that is segment 1 qualifying complete. All drivers now in the pits. Segment 2 will begin at exactly the 10-minute mark. And we can get the halftime show of qualifying underway if you could take it away. And we're going to find him right about now. Safety car deployed. Safety car deployed. And that is what we're looking at here. That is for the first time ever since 2022. A safety car is now on track, and we're going to get a little bit of a show for him. Now, granted, it is in the dark. We're going to still try our best to get some lights here, but this is the Audi Quattro racing with all its might as it races up the mountain. It might only have 1 lap to complete. Honks the horn out here at this early morning of Bathurst here in Australia. Chat's calling it a shoebox. He's moving, though. Can he get done a lap, though? That's the real question, but this is it. This is the safety car that will be out here. Now, I'm afraid that maybe the top speed of this car might just be the slowest that maybe the GT3 cars will want to go around here. But nonetheless, though, it is a beautiful showcase here. A lovely looking livery. And yes, the first time since 2022 we've done virtual safety cars. He's hit the wall. No, our safety cars tap the wall there as he's pushing very hard in this outlap. He's already costed damage here. This is all going to the CMRSC budget, so Ilham, that donation will go right to the repairs of the safety car. Chat is saying the danger car. But he's pushing hard. And actually, no, we are going to get a little bit of daylight out here early morning. Oh, wow, look at the front end. No trouble. Oh, he's in the gravel. Trying to get back going as he heads into the dipper. Through the right and the left, really pushing this Audi with all his might here. The safety car as he goes through down into the left-hander. Little drift here. Can he make it? Oh, it's a head-on crash into the wall. It really is the danger car. But was it intentional? He reverses. Gives us a bit of style point. Shout out Mater, Toe Mater, as he does a little bit of action here. Oh, look at that. A 180 here. Absolute beaut. What action. Let's get some music while we going here. Eurobeat intensifies anyone as he heads down to the left-hander, now onto the back straight. Now flying down. Oh, there you see. Now that's some real speed there he's picking up. Crossing over our screen. There he goes. Now this is some pure pace out here. 50 seconds left to go before we get segment 2 qualifying. And now into the left and right-hander. Oh, very tidy. Does clip the grass, though. Gonna take it for a little spin. Just doing maybe some donuts here. Oh, and he's gonna put some even more style points here. Some reverses. And look at the style there. Revving that thing up to glory. But we're gonna have to cut around to start segment 2. What a fun one. The safety car, ladies and gentlemen. Segment 2 qualifying beginning in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Segment 2 qualifying begins. You have until the checkered flag to complete the session. Good luck. All Segment 1 drivers must stay in the pits. You are not allowed to come out at any point at this time. Well, what a little fun halftime show there. But now it's time for the big boys to come back out here. And it's now time for segment number 2. So this is the fast group. This is the top, I'm going to say about top 16 or 17 fastest drivers of overall practice. You're going to see a lot of familiar names. And you may see one name that hasn't been with us since 2022. We had safety cars returning. Welcome back, Kevin Ospina. It has been far too long since we've seen Kevin. He's coming back. He's tackling on the Porsche. Last time we saw this individual was back at the DTM Championship. Wasn't even the DTM World Championship, the DTM Championship in 2022. One of the CMRSC originals. And fitting there as he crosses through the yellow logos here. That was our original logo. And as you can see, the green right there, that is the modern. So it's very awesome to see some of our very, very older drivers return after so long. But we're going to switch gears to Ahmed here, who, well, when it comes to the endurance races, he's got the number here. And the Corvette finished P1 at Daytona. But unfortunately, a penalty plagued him, sent him backwards. But nonetheless now, looking to right the wrongs and trying to dominate, because at the end of the day, the Endurance Championship is a separate category. Here we go. Ahmed now, the Brit, will come to the line and begin his flyer. The times that they're going to have to beat a 2:02.549. I suspect these drivers to get well into the 2 minutes, beating off the IRL qualifying time of the 2026 Bathurst 12-hour. That's going on right about now. So racing up the hill through the little dip. Now getting ready for the right-hander, down on the brakes, flicking it through, right back onto the loud pedal, using all that curb on exit. Into the left on exit here, through the cuttings. And now through Reed Park. The right and left. You want to get and stay on that loud pedal as much as you can through Solomon Park. Left-hander here. McFlamey Park, this left-hander, through the skyline and into the dipper. Hard onto the downshifts here through the Assets. Left, right-hander, back on the loud pedal, flat through here, as George Russell would call it. Forest elbow now to go, and then get right on that loud pedal for Conrad Straight. Flying past our screens. There goes the Corvettes. Chat is saying there was Ahmed who made contact with Eamon. Ahmed being a little too slow on Danny's stream. See if we can check that out after. But as we head through the chase and just have Murray's corner left to go, Ahmed is going to be the first driver to set a lap time that the drivers are going to be chasing down. Let's find out what it's going to be. The Corvette to the line. Ahmed's going to put it on pole. 2:01.787. And as we have more drivers coming to the line, one has pulled over, as Evan Steinberg did. So a couple of those drivers didn't get a proper lap in. Layla having some trouble on the final corner there. Andy Park will go up to P2. Here comes Maximilian Fleer around that final corner. What will he do? Well, won't be enough for a proper valid lap time on the board. I think we are missing one Daniel Santos. There he is. Did take a while, but he may have teleported to the pits or try to just get as much space as possible as he now flies through this time. Do we have some trouble? I do see Ilham now on circuit as well. As they go through. Oh, look at that, Ahmed pushing with all his might throughout this part. Now looking for a driver who can put it on provisional pole with just under 5 minutes left to go as the sun creeps out here. We're not going to be seeing the sun once the race starts, but Max is going faster this time by 48.612 in the first sector. So he's looking for gold out here. He's looking for P1. And Ahmed's going to take over Sector 2, purple. So there's a real test, a real battle of wits. Ahmed's also going to have a little bit of slipstream from the Audi ahead. So this could all come down to the wire here. 4 minutes left to go. Through the chase, Conti ahead of Ahmed. Corvette to the last corner here. Conti's going to get out the way for the Corvette here. The British driver now. Ahmed to the line. It's an improvement. It is 201.412. Max is coming up fast, however. What can he do? Christian Ramau is going to take over provisional. 201.383. Goes even quicker this time by. And what a lap here from him. Maximilian Fleer. It didn't look like his lap was properly validated, so he's at it again. But so far, what a shock there as the sector times now load up. You see Ahmed's purple third sector with 34.632. That is the one that did it, but it wasn't enough with Ramau on pole. So the Honda dominating here on the mountain. Now, in the real world, it's dominated by all Mercedes, but we do not have any Mercedes out here for this part of qualifying. But under 3 minutes left to go out here in this qualifying session. It's really coming down to the wire. It's getting very exciting out here. Still looking for where we see Daniel Santos. There he is. Now, I think I heard some rumors that Santos wants to start this race at the back of the grid. Now, that's a very interesting call from him. I don't know if it is true, but we're going to wait till the very end of qualifying to find out if that really is the case. But now, on the back straight, heading up to the chase. Here comes Ahmed once again. I know he wants to take pole position right back from Christian Ramau. At 201.383 is the time to beat, but can he do it? Ramau is now entering into the chase, so we're going to find out here as we come around the final corner, Murray's corner. Here we go to the line now, crossing it. Ahmed's tucked back pole. He's back on pole. Here comes Ramau. Final corner for him. The Brazilian. Can he take pole position? He can take it back. 201 dead. I'm also seeing Eamon now coming around. Is he going to have a chance at potentially a pole position here? And there's Eamon now coming into Murray's corner. Could he take pole position for himself? A crucial one that he would need. Coming to it now. Yes, he does. 2 minute 8:43. He's on pole. 1 minute, 20 seconds left to go. It's all or nothing for all these drivers here as they push with all their might. Andy Park P4, but still there's not many drivers who are taking on the fastest lap times of the segment 1 session here. Ahmed, however, going quicker. Under a minute left to go in qualifying, so it's all or nothing for all these drivers as he heads into the dipper from Skyline, the right, the left, the right-hander once again. He's purple in the first sector. It's all or nothing for him on this one opportunity. He won't be able to get another lap in, so this is for all the marbles. Now into Forest Elbow. On exit as the sun shines bright here on this part of qualifying. Is there any chance the other drivers have a word at this one here? We'll find out, but it's really coming down to the wire. Ahmed wanting to get back pole. But is it enough? Maximilian will also improve. He'll go up to second. He's on the front row. Ahmed now, final chance here through the chase he goes, and he'll be the first driver to come across the start-finish line here as the checkered flag will come out, and it is. So it's Ahmed now around Murray's corner. Is it enough for pole position from P4? Yes, it is! It's a 2-minute 8:01. Pressure on the rest of the pack. Here comes Eamon Espeir through the chase in the BMW. He's still in the front row, but for how long? There could be drivers improving behind. Qualifying gets close as the top three within a 1/10 of a second. Eamon is not going to complete this lap. Oh, Rahul's in the wall. Is there anyone left that can complete this one, or is this one officially done for? It may be. A lot of drivers taking it to the pits. Here's Gabriel Costa. So Ahmed sniping pole at the dying stages here. Eamon in P2. Now Gabriel Costa, the bronze driver, had made head waves back at Daytona. So can he do it out here? And we also have Maximilian also on a lap. Sector 2 is purple. He's coming through the chase just about now. We'll figure out if he can put this one on pole, but we're going to take a look at Gabriel Costa. Final corner as he heads into Murray's. Is it enough for him to put this one maybe on the front row? No, he makes contact at Murray's corner in the wall. It's down to Maximilian Fleer around the final corner from P4. It's a little bit off the circuit, but can he hold on? He cannot. That's his qualifying done. Andy Park next in the Honda NSX. Welcome back, Andy, as he takes it to the checkered flag from P5. He'll stay P5. And P17, that's going to be Tiago, who's going to improve to P8. And that is qualifying done. What an exciting one. That comes down to the end. And what an entertaining bout. Congratulations to your top three. That is Ahmed, Eamon, and Rahul. Any protests you want to make about this qualifying session, you can make sure to save the replay and report it through the Report an Incident channel. Now, while we're here, we do have a bit of time before we get racing. It's going to be a standing start. There is no mandatory pit stops. You can come in at any point. Pits are always open. Once we are racing, we could have a virtual safety car at any point except the restart laps of a safety car. So if there is a safety car that comes out, that first lap, once we get back green in racing, if there is an incident that happens, it'll still stay green no matter what. And if you did miss it, there is a real safety car. The real worry is just for the leaders once you catch up to that car. For the unlapping process, we're going to be doing it after turn 1. So the straight after turn 1 or the back straight, it will not be anywhere else on track. Throughout that safety car session, it'll be a max of 80 kilometers where our safety car is going to be running at pit limiter. So you're just going to be making sure you keep some distance away from the safety car and you're staying within that speed. There is also no overtaking. You're free to start weaving. Once we do get the unlapping process underway, we will ask all drivers to stop weaving, and we're going to ask them to stay on the left or right hand side of the circuit. That'll all be instructed by myself. Now, for this first lap, we're going to try our best not to pull out the VSC. It's a short run into turn 1. If we do have about 4 or 5 cars that crash out, we're going to try our best to keep it green if you guys can get back going. The most important part, damage is down to 60%, so there's not really a chance to really screw up your car unless you're going to go maybe 300 kilometers straight into a wall. That might be the only chance you might get some real damage. But nonetheless, though, we're going to try our hardest to keep it green for this first lap, because I think once we get to the mountain and everyone is single filed again, we can really get this race underway. So we're going to try our best to keep it as lenient as possible. It'll be a standing start. Safety car speed will be 80 kilometers. For your own sake, you're also running 80, but most importantly, you're just making sure you keep some space between the cars ahead and behind you. Any last bit of questions? Best to ask it right away now. And please send it in general chat. Any rest of the rules, please feel free to check out the event briefings. That'll give you a bit more information. We should have about 2 minutes once we get on the grid. Race will be starting at 5:30 a.m. So the time that was qualifying, when qualifying begun, that's going to be how qualifying is going. That's going to be how the race is going to start. That same time. So as you saw there, give it like the first 15 minutes of the race, we'll get sunlight from that point on. It'll be 12 hours simulated in the race, so you're gonna have darkness probably for the first 10 to 15 minutes of this one, and luckily for you, no kangaroos on the mountain around here. So you take a look at qualifying there, chat, and everybody watching at home, that is what it's looking like. It's going to be a very, very good race out here. It's a long one. It's 90 minutes of racing. And keep in mind, it is 90 minutes of racing. A safety car can come out at any point in this one. So just because you get taken out at turn 1 and you find yourself a lap down, stay in it. It's a long race. We allow cars to be unlapped, so you can easily get right back into this race. We have a solid set, a solid group out here as well. I think we have our final count so far, 27 concurrent drivers on circuit. But let's have fun out here. Once again, we're going to try our hardest not to pull out the safety car on lap 1, but if we have to, we will. If over half the field is taken out on lap 1, at turn 1 or lap 1, we will do 1 restart from that point. I will announce it here in the booth. So you should see the time change over to 5:30 a.m. That is the hope. And if it doesn't, then that is a bit annoying. But nonetheless, though, what's most important is we have everybody on track. So if you do see the time of day just automatically turn to pitch dark, then you know why. I think I see it now on my side, at least. So, minute 48 left to go. Let's have some fun. I think many people have already said this in the past. The famous quote, races are not won on turn 1, races are not done on lap 1. So, take it slow, take it easy, and don't be the reason people are mad at you for making a silly mistake, running into drivers because you missed your braking point. I'll tell you right now, brake early into turn 1, take it slow, take it easy. Once you get to the mountain section, you're really going to start getting single file. You may have some too wide action. It's a standing start. It'll be a standing start. So once the lights go out, we are racing. Can we get the safety car to get in the pits as soon as possible? Let's get the safety car in the pits as soon as possible. So just teleport when you can. Here we go. Let's get this one underway, folks. So, racing about to get underway. Let's take a look at your grid as we get up to it. We may not have time for it, but we have time for racing. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club. If this is your first one joining us, and if not, turn up the TV. Let's get underway. 4 lights on the board. It's the penultimate round of the championship. It's Bathurst and we go racing. It's Ahmed with a fantastic start. Eamon will be on the outside as Rahul is going to dive it down the inside. Andy Park make it a little bit squirrely there. He just touches the rear end of one of the drivers. Can they all go through? They're all slow and steady as they head up through turn 1. But as they exit this time by, it's Ahmed who leads off the Grand Prix. But following behind, it's going to be Christian Rahul who's going to send it down the inside as they enter the mountain. Dusty is going to back out that time by. Eamon, Maximilian will go side by side. A couple drivers will go a little bit deep as they head in through the first part here, but they're going to want to get single filed this time by as they head into the left-hander. Look at them all going through, trying to shuffle through, maybe trying to get some positions. Conti trying to go through. Burgess in the wall on the outside. Had they survived this early part of it, as they head into the fast, a left-hander. Right-hander completely flat out here. Maybe a chance that some of the drivers could get squirrely, head into that gravel trap. But the midnight hours are going to roar for this first part of this Bathurst session. Now to the right and the left here, the dipper. And you see Eamon, he needs to win this race. It's all or nothing for Eamon. If he wants to win this championship, he's got to put one hand on the title. He's got to win this one. That's his goal out here today. So we're going to find out what goes down out here. And, oh, we have trouble here. Silva facing the wrong direction. Emmanuel is also just got it wrong there. But lap 1, we're almost completed. They have Murray's corner left to go. This time by as they cross under the Thrustmaster bridge here is Eamon. Does he find himself down the inside? He looked for a move there, and I think he got it done. Yes, he does. So up to third place, passing Maximilian. Does Max put this one down the inside? He's going to back out. He'll stay behind. Now exiting turn 1 once again. As all these drivers really single filed out, spread apart a good bit. Little contact here as Max is trying to go around the outside of Eamon. It's going to be a real force of a move here. Christian Rahul is also trying to put in some work, trying to get the lead in this Grand Prix. Max is going to take back onto the podium. He's back to third. Meanwhile, they see Andy Park also hustling his way through. And there you see the top 5 are still together, ladies and gentlemen. And your fastest set of drivers here going to be pushing with all their might. Let's find a rear cam here as we watch the battle for the lead get underway as Christian Rahul chases down the Corvette who leads it off here. The man who took pole position on board with him. And looking for a move here. There was a little tap on the wall for Eamon. He looks fine. And he's still racing as usual as they head through the dipper. Once this time by, we're going to try to get ourselves a best camera here. There you see it as they all go through this section here. Very fast sweep into the left-hander. Very quick these drivers are going here. A little bit of close racing between all these drivers throughout the pack. Couple of cars bouncing on the wall here and there. It's quite normal. As they're heading back up through to the chase, we go back up to the race leader, Christian Rahul, P2. Maximilian starting to put some pressure on Rahul up ahead. Eamon looks like he's just dropped back, maybe a couple tenths, but he's still well and truly in this race. We do have one car who's going to be showing blue flags. It's P28. It's Bras in the Ferrari. His debut race out here. So he'll have some blue flags if the leaders do catch him up very soon, but he's quite far up the road, so he looks pretty fine. So just doing some audio checks. Here comes Rahul all over the rear end of this Corvette. Door is open, but it's just a bait. It's just a little option there for Rahul to take a look at what the lead looks like, and Ahmed's going to take it right back and be like, no, it's not that easy. I'll tell you that much. And into the double right-hander once again as the crowd is roaring out here. Chat is loving it as well. Make sure to subscribe to CMRSC if you are enjoying the action over here. A massive shout out to AC Friends for allowing us to use this amazing mod. What a save! What a save! What a save! Spam the Rocket League chats because Eamon pulling off a gnarly slide there. He just about holds on. Now, one thing we haven't talked about this much yet is this man here, Daniel Santos. He wanted to give himself a challenge while also trying to take a bonus point, which is whoever can get the most overtakes on track. And we're on board here with him. But there you see how close he's getting to the pack. He's trying to keep up as best as he can. And he'll have a great run out here, so a lot of storylines to watch out here. So far, though, Daniel is 2 positions away from getting onto the points. Round the outside as they head into the chase. Can he complete that move? He'll have to close the door from the Audi, and he does so. So gets that move done. Ahmed, fastest personal best of this race. He's P1. He still holds on to the lead of this Australian GP. They go around the final corner. Next up for Santos, it's going to be the BMW's fellow Beamer, Ilham Lasmana. Project Guardrail Racing. He's teammates with Maximilian Fleur, who's currently fighting on the podium. We have Kevin Ospina's return race back here. He's chasing down Oleg Sensin, the Italian up the road. We're on board with the American driver. A big opportunity because there was a slide there from the Porsche. 2 Porsches are going to go side by side as they go under the Thrustmaster bridge there. And can he get that move done? Firmly gets it done here. He's up another position in his return race to CMRSC. Welcome back, buddy. Great to see him. Meanwhile, another tap to the wall here again. Eamon Asseir sliding the rear end. It's just costing him time because Andy Park is all over the rear. Another welcome back here to Andy Park as well. We haven't seen Andy since the DTM World Championship of 2025. He's got himself a wheel and pedal set. He was racing formerly on controller. And no matter what pad you put him on, give him a keyboard for all we call it, he is still such an amazing and quick driver to watch. He's currently sitting in the top 5. Layla behind, she's in P6, also doing a great job. But it's the top 5 that's really split amongst each other. And looks like there may have been trouble for Ilham. Looks like he went backwards here. He's down to P18 behind this pack of cars. And here comes Daniel Santos on Danielle on the inside, the second Audi. Oh, very close by. There they go between each other. Door-to-door racing, no contact is made. Maybe a little, actually. He goes into the dirt. Runs deep, has an opportunity. Look at that, it could be 3 wide. Alexander in his debut, trying to find a way through. We go on board, he's gonna back out. He saw an opportunity to get into the points in his first race here of CMRSC, but just not gonna take the bait this time around. Danielle's gonna go. Can he take it back up the inside? Oh, he makes contact, he's taking out the championship leader. He's taking out Daniel Santos. Santos rejoins back on. Oh no, that Danielle making a crucial mistake there. Daniel's gonna be kicking himself. That's one of the hardships of starting at the back of this race. And he's facing it there. A lot of drivers just inexperienced with close racing, or just maybe some of the accidents here could be a little more prevalent the closer you race with them. Pings also matter as well. There's a reason why faster drivers are at the front. And Santos just got a smack on the booty from that one as we're 10 minutes into this race. Now, granted, he's only lost a couple positions. That's all of it. That may look like a 10-second time penalty, though, for Danielle. But it's not going to be decided now. It's going to be decided after the race. So, review will be underway once this race is over with. Now, one thing's for sure. Christian Ramau, Maximilian Fleur getting pretty close with each other. And it's Aubin right now who leads the pack off. And we also have that lapped car, that Ferrari, coming around the final corner, Murray's. He may be a driver to watch out for, as these leaders are coming up very fast. It looks like we've kind of got ourselves a couple of groups of racing. Take a look at that minimap. The top 5 altogether, we watched them live on here. We also have the battle between P6 to P9. And then looks like the group between P10 and P12 are more separated from P13 to 17th, and then the rest of the drivers very much scattered between each other. But you're kind of seeing the darkness is slowly going away. We did predict it about 15 minutes into this race that we should see some proper sunlight start to peek out. I think we're getting up to it. So 4 minutes until we can really get some daylight here, and the drivers could get a little bit of a break out here, because to be fair, driving blind on the mountain, it's not fun whatsoever. And in fact, I don't see that lapped car anymore, so did he take it to the pits? He might have. We also have Ilham, who's actually now down in P25, so more trouble for him. But right now, it's Ahmed who leads off this Bathurst 12-hour virtual, and doing a fantastic job in this race to control it. Oh, there is trouble, however, down the pack of the field. It's Ilham as they head into Murray's. He made contact with Oleg. What a fight here. Oh, there may be some trouble. Oh, Teo's in the wall. Now, where is that? Oh, it's trouble. Can Teo get going? That's the real trouble here. Now, he's the only car. Now, VS safety car will not be pulled out if he can get going here. Fast car's coming in quick. Oh, please don't make contact with him. Teo's doing a great job of getting out the way, and he does so. He's good. Now that, a very close call there. Now, Chad, I see you saying no safety car is crazy. Backfield is cooked. We haven't seen a big enough crash. Enough for a virtual safety car to come out. We have to get a substantial amount of cars to come to a halt here. And considering that was one singular car who did get it wrong, and it wasn't multiple cars or blocking the field, we're lucky to keep it going and racing. So, that's for sure. But a safety car will help the likes of Daniel Santos get right back into this race. An hour and 17 minutes of driving. Well, anything and everything can happen in motorsport. Just you wait. Let's see how this race is panning out so far. But right now, you look at those top leaders in the top 5. They have expanded over 12 seconds to the drivers in P6 and down. And actually, we got ourselves a little pack here. Battle, P6 and 7. It's 6-7 together here. Christian Farinello and Thiago Ravas here running a special livery around here. A classic Rotman Porsche. On track and looking pretty nice. Meanwhile, Eamon, once again, making a little more contact with the wall as well. But he's still moving as he goes down through the skyline into the dipper. And you see the P3 and P2, 1.7 ahead of this back here. Folks, you are enjoying the action of this one here as Christian Romao and Maximilian got very close there. Folks, if you are enjoying the action here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and get on to the live chat here. Like the stream if you haven't already. We're on course for 3,000 subscribers. It would mean the world if you can hit that subscribe button. But what a race we're having so far, and the sun is now peeking out here as Max now puts the charge on Christian Romao. He wants to have a piece of the cake. That is P1. He's got to get past the Honda up ahead. Special Valentine's Day cars for some of these drivers, and a happy Valentine's Day for all fans and drivers who love Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club. We love you too. Here comes Maximilian Fleer. Eamon puts down the fastest lap to let this pack know that he's still there to fight. Christian will go through Hell's Corner, still in P2. The gap now is 2.4 the difference. We get to the drone cam to watch this battle here. Max now, what does he do? Pick your poison here. He'll take it to the inside. Can he complete this move? He now has to give the respectful racing room. They go door to door between each other. Max is gonna take it. He'll get it done. The German will take P2 here at Mount Panorama. Rahul will have to settle down for third. As they head into the left-hander, Eamon getting a lot closer here now to the rights and left-handers of this circuit here. And we have some trouble. P21 bringing out local yellows. And it looks like it's already been sorted out, so it's Valentin in the NSX coming around the final corner. He's got his fellow Argentine driver behind, Marino, coming up too. Meanwhile, all that battling, Christian Rahul attempting to. He's now got Eamon on the heels. Oh, he's touched the wall! Rahul losing out a lot of momentum on the final corner. It's going to hurt him a lot. Here comes Eamon to the outside, and just like that, he is going to be able to nick this position unless Christian can fight back. And you know what? The Brazilian might be able to. Doesn't look like it, however. He's going to back up, but he'll take it down the inside of the chase. Rahul, does he hold on? He clips the curb on the inside. Cannot do it. So we'll go down to fourth. Eamon's on the podium. And Rahul's chances, he was in P2 for a moment there. Back last lap. He's now down 2 positions backwards here. What a race this is turning out to be as they head over Hell's Corner. Is it a better exit from Christian Rahul to chase up the field? It looks like Eamon is just exiting the picture as he wants to chase down Max. Now, Maximilian and Eamon, plenty of history between each other. Look back at the South African Grand Prix, a very controversial end where a penalty did come down to Max for moving under braking that did lead to contact as well. It was a very argy-bargy fight, very entertaining one, but for Eamon, it was just one of the more frustrating races. He was able to take over the podium because of that one. So we're going to find out a couple weeks later how that fight is going to look. Until that one goes down, we'll let it brew and sit out for a little bit. Let's watch some of the battles going down in the rear as we have Daniel Santos as he chases down a newcomer here in the McLaren. Oh, and it might be a little bit easy. The Braun driver, San, is going to get to the left-hander, left side of the circuit, and he's not going to make it that much of a challenge here. Santos is going to slide the rear end. I don't think he even touched the wall there, so he's good. P11, there you see Layla in her second race in the BMW. Pushing on here. She's trying to chase down the McLaren up the road. But this now, very close fight between all these drivers here. As they head into the left-hander, there goes P15. And that's basically all the groups there because the rest of the drivers fairly spread apart in this one. So crazy. Whoa, what in the world? Ospina Tokyo drifting it at the mountain there. I thought he flipped over, but that was lag that costed him there. And Kevin Ospina almost took it to outer space here. A very, very scary moment there, lagging. Is it fine? We're going to go on board, make sure the inputs are right. It's not looking too out the ordinary because that is one of those moments where, you know, replace your boxers, replace your underwear. That is something that could also take a driver out, and that's the last thing that we want. I mean, so far, it looks like it's back to normal as the sun firmly out here on the mountain. Whoever wants to make a meme playlist of this race, well, sun is out, and I think you need to put some great music here in the background, and put some slow-mo here as they enter through Skyline as well. These drivers doing such an amazing job there. You see Eamon chasing down for P2 there. Under the Creative Orange Dog and X-Play sign. We're going to find a couple more drivers coming up. P6, 7 coming up as well. We'll see them. May have to switch gears because it is taking quite a while till these drivers come through. There they are, Farinello and Thiago. Somebody cue some Sade in the background. I can't put it on because of copyright, but it would be perfect. But an absolute beaut this circuit is, and shout out to the Reboot team for making such an incredible mod out here for this circuit. Shout out to AC Friends. If you want to support them, keep an eye out on the advertisements at the bottom of the screen. You're going to find the Patreon for AC Friends. You can support them there. They put out some amazing content for you to try out. And this championship would not be possible without the guys over at ACF. So a massive thank you to them. And what an amazing pack of cars this is. Next week out, it's the finale of GT World. It's the GT World Challenge. And it's going to be at Interlagos, where a championship will be decided. But to get there, to even see if we have to crown a championship at that point, we got to look at this race. And so far, Daniel Santos, he's sitting in P9 with Eamon in P3. As we see Evan Steinberg side by side, he's no stranger to some side-by-side action. One of the top 5 moments of the 2025 GT World Challenge. Evan Steinberg, Mike Van Dorn side by side down the dipper. That was pure cinema. And now Evan has got some work cut out for him because Ospina has the inside for the moment. Backs out. That chrome special Betty Boop Lexus up the road for the final points there. He runs deep. And here comes Ospina. Is there a chance for the Porsche to slide along on the inside? It's nose to tail through this section. And hit the wall there. Trouble. Very hard hit there for Evan. He holds on like a trooper. Oh, Layla also whacking the wall on the outside. Pressure's on for Steinberg. Speaking of which, shout out to him. The track skin was made by him. You see all of the advertisements on the wall. Through now, Forrest elbow. He's kind of, has he shaken it off? He's gone a little bit deep there. Gets back going. Now, so far, nobody entering the pits yet. We should expect that about the 45 minutes left to go in the race. That's the halfway point in this one. We'll see how it turns out between them. Here comes Ospina once again on Evan Steinberg. Evan defending through the chase as they enter Murray's corner. And Layla also behind this pack as well. And you also see, I think that's Conti as well, chasing down. This is your battle for the final point spot here in this one. In the T1, once again, they have now completed 11 laps here on the mountain. It doesn't sound like much, but this race is brutal. They are scheduled to complete about 45 laps of this one if it stays green the whole way. So, a long way to go. Very far until we decide a race winner here today. But this 4-pack battle giving us a great entertaining fight. Santos as well. It's one to note that he's in P8 and he's now ahead of the first major pack. And he's got a long way to go till he catches up to the 6-7 battle, but most importantly, that top 5 fight. Oh, Steinberg tapped the wall there momentarily. And Layla all over the rear of Kevin, who may have reacted to Evan hitting the wall through the dipper. To the right-hander. Left. Oh, Layla touching the wall on the inside. Losing some momentum. Through forced elbow now. Nose to tail with Kevin. And on to the back straight here. And we do have some sort of trouble. Emmanuel in the gravel, as well as Danny Nasseir. They both carried on and got back going. As for our leaders, they're catching up to lap traffic. P21 next up. That's going to be Silva. Followed by Ilham Lesmana. So those drivers have to play very nice as they head through it. We also have P8 trouble here. Sorry, P7. Oleg, stay off the circuit. That's going to be your call here. He's retired it out. Oleg is out of this race. And that is quite unfortunate. So far then, our retirements though, we have quite a few. So Gabriel Costa and Kasper Tesiaki retiring after 3 laps into this race. Mario Tet, lap 8, retiring out. Alexander Anderson retiring out of his debut, lap 10, as well as Massimo Tutoro. It's not his debut, but he retires on the same lap. Oleg, a lap after, as we just saw a retirement there. So 6 cars out. We're down to about 22-ish. So far, still giving us a great fight here. Danny Nasseir has entered the pit lane for his non-mandatory stop, but if he can get some fuel in and can make the tires last a full hour, that'll be great for him, unless he is going to call it quits out here. Running down the lower orders here. Silva also in the pits, so that's going to free up the leaders of this race. And they can continue on their merry way. Next up, though, for Ahmed, P19. And that's going to be Ilham. He's going to have Bergez, and he's going to have Emmanuel next to Cross. Meanwhile, here is this battle here. Eamon on the chase now. Going on board with him against the German Maximilian Fleer. Plenty of history between these two drivers as Fleer sliding a little bit wide there as he heads up the mountain. Now into the left-hander. Double left, triple left even. The kangaroo signs are to the right of these guys, but they don't have to worry. There's no kangaroos this time by. Through Skyline here. And Eamon putting some immense pressure now into the dipper for the right now. And now going to be down into the left-hander. Need a good exit here. This is now all to set up the chase as they get past Forest Elbow. And now they're on to Conrad Straight. 2.7 the leader is from Max, and basically Eamon is about 3 seconds behind. But if Eamon wants any chance of this championship, he's got to make a move here very soon on Maximilian Fleer. He's got to do it fast. Gap, though, once again opening up, and it's just not what you want. But gap is 3.4, maybe 3.6. Fleer, though, is going to take it into the pits. That's big. And, oh, even cuts the curb there. He couldn't even get the car to slow down in time. Crucially, though, now he's in the pits. May have lost a handful of tenths of a second there. Eamon is now going to need a gray outlap if he wants to push this one. Trouble for Layla. Crucially, though, she looks fine. I think it was just trouble by herself as she headed from Skyline. Evan Steinberg now just has Conti to deal with here. But this is huge for Eamon. The Gold driver has some work to do to push all the way now. It's full push, full beans here. I know Max is going to be repairing the car as well. He's going to want to get the most out of this race and out of that BMW to try to stay ahead on the podium. And now Eamon, he's just now 3.7 behind Ahmed here, who leads this one. And remember, Ahmed, who won at Daytona, just took a 10-second time penalty for an incident that happened very earlier on in it. So that's the last thing that he wants to do, is to take another penalty. He's dominating this one. He's doing a great job. He has some lap traffic, though, ahead of him. Now down through the Forest Elbow, and in about 5 seconds, we're going to be counting off the first 30 minutes of this race, and we now have 1 hour left to go here in this Bathurst 12-hour virtual. It's actually 90 minutes of racing, but we call it the 12-hour virtual because it's simulated of 12 hours racing here. And they're doing a fantastic job here of keeping this one alive and well. Eamon, P2. Does he come into the pits to react to Max? He does not. So Eamon is looking on a very alternate strategy to keep this car out as long as possible. Our debut driver here, San, who's maybe nicked the wall a couple of times here. So Assetto, in his debut race in the McLaren, doing a great job sitting in the top 10. And, oh, just tapping the wall there. It's not what you want as Tio chases down in the Lexus. Going to be hunting down for that position, P9. So that could be a fight to look out for. Daniel Santos as he enters into the chase. He was tagged on the rear end of Daniel, who, well, he is nowhere near the top 10. He's actually down in P18, and just a mistake, just trying to dive it down the inside, but it was not enough. And Santos losing out a couple positions, but crucially, it's just losing out time. And he's in P8. He's leading the championship. But I think this is what he wanted. The main reason, folks, that he wanted to do this last to first challenge, essentially, is trouble. Now, is that a safety car that could come out? It might have to be. Can Bros get it going and moving? Oh, he does so. Oh, and Ilham has also got it wrong, but they've all got it going. So a scary moment there. Chat saying Santos got sabotage. Well, taken out there. We did see it. We did see it live, that's for sure. Man, that was a scary one there. But those two single car into... Whoa, it's trouble there again! Andre! What is going on for him? He's now crashed twice. Now, rules state if it's a single car incident like that, and they can get going immediately with no effective danger behind, and what I mean by that, I mean a group of cars coming up. If it's one at a time and they can get going, then there's no need for the safety car. It has to be a big crash. If it's a single car accident like that, it stays green unless 100% of the track is blocked. And the Portuguese driver, he's going to take it straight to the pit, so it stays green. But we still have the option of the safety car to come out at any point, but luckily, though, if it's a little tiny incident like that, we can still keep it green. There's no reason to put it down under yellow. But this race continues here. 56 minutes, 35 seconds left to go in this race. And Santos coming into the pits for his stop now. Not mandatory, of course. And so he's going to now put some service on his car. So it looks like these drivers are getting it just past an hour mark. I thought it would be a bit longer, but some drivers are trying some different strategies. Trouble for Ramau in P3. Cuts through that part there. But meanwhile, this race still continues here. And as it does, trying to look for some closer battles we have on track to check out. There is Santos now getting back up in front, just ahead of Emmanuel there in the NSX. He kind of caught that perfectly. And Emmanuel's going to try to take it down the inside. Teo is going to try to look for a possible opportunity. And, oh, he's turned in. Oh, it's in trouble. It is. All right, virtual safety car deployed. Safety car deployed. Safety car deployed. There's yellows just at turn 2. Turn 2. So safety car, I'd say just wait right where you are there. The leader already went past you. Drop your pace down to about 80 kilometers here. 80 kilometers. There is 0 overtaking. Pits are open. And there it is. Emmanuel, contact with Daniel. And little pile up there. That's what it is. And the safety car for the first time here is out. We had a good run here. Almost halfway into this race. So no overtaking, no overtaking. Pits are open. There is no overtaking, Danielle. Get behind Eamon. There is no overtaking whatsoever. If there is any sort of overtaking, there will be a penalty issue. And I'm not too sure what's going on here. All right, Daniel, just stay ahead of Eamon, but that was not right whatsoever. You're breaking the rules there, man. So Daniel is trying to drop behind, but doesn't matter if you're a lap car. No overtaking whatsoever. It's a strict rule. And pit lane is also busy. We're going to try to find that now. So there you see a lot of drivers in pit road here. Our safety car is just there after turn 1. He's going to wait till we get the leaders back up. So we got a bit of ways to go. All right, to all drivers, you can pick up the pace. You can pick up the pace to catch up to the safety car. The safety car is just waiting at turn 1. But if you're not behind the pack or the leaders, you're free to go past. So we're going to have quite a long session here. Till we get this one all going. And it may be a little while here. Until we get some work underway and going. But safety car is out on this one. All right, so we're going to deploy the graphic on your screen now. And Ahmed's going to take it straight to the pits. So that's your race leader. In there. So just waiting for our leaders here. Danielle and Layla, you can go past the safety car. All right, sit tight there, safety car. We're coming up. So it looks like Tiago is leading this one. So Tiago, you are leading this one. You're going to catch up to the safety car up ahead. Stay behind the safety car. Stay behind the safety car. Coming up to you. Safety car, you can now pick up the pack behind you. At this point, once you catch up the queue, no overtaking whatsoever. The safety car is now officially out on circuit. So safety car, 80 kilometers, please. To all the drivers behind, keep some space. Do not take each other out. It'll be a 30-second time penalty if you take a driver out. It'll be 3 penalty points leading to a race ban. So safety car pack just after turn 2. We're going to ask at this time no weaving, just so we can wait till we get everyone in going. So if you haven't caught up to the pack, please pick up your pace. You can go full speed to catch up. So P11, P12 starts slowing down. You're catching up fast to the pack. That is to P11 and P12. Start slowing down. You're catching up to the pack. Please keep an eye on your maps in real time to see where the pack is. And all these drivers now coming up to them now here. All right. So as all these drivers now catching up between each other here, I think we can start getting underway with the unlapping procedure as soon as we get to the back straight. All right, keep your ear open. When I call your name, you can go past the pack. We're going to ask at this stage, all drivers stick to the left side of the circuit. Please stick to the left side of the circuit. Everyone keep your ears open for your call when you're allowed to come through. Danny Nasseir, you are free to go. Ilham, free to go. Ilham Lesmana, free to go. I'm not too sure who that is. All right, Silva, I didn't call your name. You're free to go, but don't do that again. That is going to get a penalty for you. If your name is not called, you are not allowed to go past, but Silva, you are free to go. So a lot of drivers not following the simplest of race direction rules. Valentin, can you please pick up the pace and just catch up a little closer to that rear end of the pack, please? Once again, pits are open if you do want to enter in at any point. Pits are open. So Thiago leads it unless he is going to come in. And all right, drivers are free to stick back to the middle of the circuit. You don't need to be on the left side anymore. Please no weaving. Please no weaving. Did see one car come into the pits. It's going to be Leonardo. And we also have another driver coming in, Danielle. Also in for his stop here. So once again, you don't need to be on the left or right side of the circuit. You can stay in the middle if you'd like. Please just keep some space between the car ahead of you. There's no need to run very close. Great work, everyone, by the way. We had a good run with the first half there. I want to say give yourselves a huge pat on the back. I've had a good run. There was some bits of argy-bargy moments there, but good job, everyone. So safety car firmly out, waiting on the other drivers to go through. So safety car pack is turn 2. Coming up to turn 2. That's just for the rest of the drivers who are catching up to the pack. And so losing maybe 10 minutes of racing is actually not too bad, considering in the real world they are taking quite a while more. I mean, you look back at the real-life Bathurst 12-hour that's going on right now. The first caution came out 20 minutes into the race. For us, we went longer. Reason why? A kangaroo came over onto the only Ford that was racing. And, well, unfortunately, rest in peace to that kangaroo. And during that yellow, there was another car that was taken out. I think it was stuck throttle it was. I was able to watch the first bit of the Bathurst 12-hour. All right, Danny, you are catching up to the queue. They're gonna be right after this like long left-hander here. All right, so we'll be going green on this lap at the end of this lap. So instructions here, safety car, I'll let you know when to come in. Max, you'll be leading the Tiago, you'll be leading the pack. You'll be doing maximum 120 kilometers when we tell you to. So please no weaving at this time, and we're going to stick it to no weaving until we do this restart. To P21 Silva, you are right about to catch up to the pack, so just get ready to get onto the brakes as soon as possible. And safety car, I'll let you know when to peel away. But here we go. I'm going to be turning off the safety car lights at this time. I want to say everyone here has done a fantastic job under this virtual safety car, this real safety car. Sorry, I'm getting used to it though. But once again, thank you so much, everyone. Great cooperation. Let's try to have a good restart out here. We're about the halfway stage of this race. Oh, trouble. I don't know what happened there. All right, guys, let's get back in single file, please. If you did lose a position there, just get right back in line. Don't retake your position. No weaving. Safety car, you can come in. You can come in at this point. Tiago, keep at 80. Keep it at 80, Tiago. We'll let you know when you're free to move it up. So here we go. So you're on my command. All drivers are on my command. Once we go back racing, they'll be overtaking right away. It'll be allowed. Here we go. Tension Slayer here. It's time. All right, Tiago, you can go a max of 120 kilometers. No weaving, no weaving. P10, McLaren, no weaving. Final warning. All drivers are on race directions command. Here we go. Let's sound it off. It's the restart. Single file, single file. Green flag, green flag, green flag. We're underway. We're racing at Bathurst. It's the restart, and it's halfway into this one. It's Tiago that leads us off out of turn one, followed by Maximilian Fleer, Christian Farinella. We have Ahmed in the background there. A second opportunity to all these drivers to see if they can get it right. Now, here's the rule out here, folks. There is no restarting on this first initial restart lap of this one. So if they have a big one here, they got to keep going. Eamon's going to take advantage of Ahmed, who is leading this one. Will go down the inside. He'll take over P4. The Corvette, who was dominating this race, has been shuffled down to fifth. Even in trouble, Ramau has an opportunity to take it around. As they all go through up the hill this time by, oh, there may have been some trouble there. I did see one car spin. It's a little bit of a blockage there. They keep going. There's no restarts on this lap. The next lap, if there is a crash, then yes. If it's a big enough one. Oh, Tiago! He's in the grass! There may be some trouble in the dipper! Oh, it's a massive one! Eamon's taken out! Farinello's out as well! They're got back going! It's gonna be a tight one! Down through this mountain section here! Oh my goodness! What a close one this is! Tiago getting all out of sorts there! Look at Eamon trying to go through! We have the McLaren there! Sana's gonna try to hustle his way. He was kind of collected. It was mainly Farinello who kind of got away from that early pack there. That's a very scary moment, but that's exactly what we're talking about. That couldn't happen there. Drivers getting way too antsy or way too scared and not going quick enough than all the drivers would think that they would be going, but right now it's Maximilian who leads off this one. Park fourth, Christian fifth. Oh, it's Sanson off the circuit. 2x2 Tiago, who was leading this one. Absolutely down the drain here. Sanson gets back onto the circuit, rejoins properly. Tiago will do the same thing as well. But an absolute shocker on that restart there. Here comes Santos, the restart that he needed as he takes it down the inside of Farinello. Eamon also, he's taking out Tio. Oh no, no, he just pushed him out the way completely. Holy. I'm trying to find him though. Can he get back going? He's by himself. I think that's good. He does. Oh, Eamon Espear. I don't know if Tio closed the door on you, but for your sake, don't get a penalty from that one, because that may throw your championship down the drain. He's still alive and he's still going. And these drivers are far from done racing. Evan Steinberg, Kevin Ospina also very close with each other here. Oh, it's so close racing between this pack. And Ospina trying to get through on Perquez up the road. Chat saying no way, and I think that was the reaction to what happened with Eamon. And that is the mountain biting hard. It's bit hard on a lot of drivers. Mainly it did with Ahmed, but he's got himself a little bit lucky out here trying to get back going. Ospina side by side with the McLaren. They make contact between each other there. Is it enough for a VSC? Oh, please don't. Can he get it going? Oh, it will be. All right, virtual safety car deployed. Safety car deployed. And everyone just got it wrong there. All right, safety car leaders are just coming through to the chase. And it just got worse and worse. All right, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of people were making a lot of silly mistakes there, pushing way too hard, trying to go side by side on the mountain. It just wasn't possible in some stages there, so that's why there was way too many incidents. Let's try to calm it down here, and we're going to try this one again. So Park, and we also have Santos might be coming in. And there's the safety car there. All right, safety car is just after turn 1, so make sure to reduce your pace. There's a single file, no weaving, no overtaking. So second safety car right away. A lot of the drivers just got way too antsy there. Through the mountain section, last thing that you wanted there. All right, graphic will come up on your screen, coming up now. So, absolute shambles for a lot of drivers there in that restart. You got to imagine how a lot of them feel, because that was one crazy bit of racing there. But regardless though, we continue this one here. 37 minutes left to go. We'll still have some racing, that's for sure. But the second safety car out, this is the most safety cars we've had, but don't be surprised, it is Bathurst after all. Now, who do we have? We have Tio still in pits. Chat saying second chance for Eamon in the next restart. Very much, but Eamon now is looming under a penalty because it looked like contact between himself and Tio. We didn't get the right angle if Tio did close the door. Eamon just barged his way right through, but one thing's for sure, if Eamon's at fault, that would be trouble. All right, we're going to try our best to get it restarted on this lap. I'll let you know on my cue if that's the case. Once we get underway in racing again, there is going to be about 30 minutes, just over 30 minutes left of racing. You guys can keep it cool and collected. There's a lot of things that can go down. Once again, there is no restarts on the initial lap right after the safety car comes in. So please keep that in mind. I also want to mention, please do not brake check. Please do not get on the brakes all of a sudden. I think that's why we did have a little incident on the restart lap the last time. So please watch out for that. We will be green at the end of this lap. So watch on your screen. The light will go out. Safety car, you're free to go to the pits. Free to go to the pits. Thank you. All right, Max, hold it off to 80 again. We'll let you know when you can go a little quicker. No weaving whatsoever. Just keep a stable and steady pace. So safety car's coming in at the end of this lap here. There you're gonna see him just passing through the chase. All right, Max, you can pick up your pace at max 120. Max 120. All drivers under race directions command when we go racing again. You are not watching the light, you are listening for my cue. Good luck. Once again, no restarts on this initial opening lap, but lap after it's open to it. Let's have a calm and collected restart here, folks. Max, oh, is he coming in? All right, Ahmed, you are the effective leader. There we go. All drivers coming around the final corner here. Let's restart it out. Green flag, green flag, green flag. Underway, we're racing now once again. I saw that Farinello had an action there. Oh, Santos dived it down the inside. I think he's got the magic brake on like Hamilton and Baku. He sent it way too deep. He's gone down the order there as we restart now back in racing here. Bit of three-wide action down in the rear end as well. Now, once again, no restarting on this initial lap, so the driver's got to get it clean. They head into the first part of the mountain here, side-by-side action as Conti gets through on Steinberg. You see one of the Audis going out wide there. Park has gone a little deep as well. They all hustle through this top 20 of drivers. And Ahmed, trouble for him. He was leading. It's now Ramau who leads it. Eamon will take an opportunity. Ahmed getting it wrong somewhere. I'm not too sure how it happened. But lots of action down here. 33 minutes left to go in this one. Ahmed hits the wall hard. Now as they head into the dipper. This is the big talking point here. And we're just going to play a little bit of patience and watch these cars go through. There's another big pack. There's Leonardo trying to go through on Ilham. And looks like for the most part, it is fine. But this is the dream restart for Eamon Aspear. Looms a penalty over his head, but he has the chance to take the lead of the Grand Prix and could effectively try to get rid of that one. One thing's for sure, his rival Santos making a crucial mistake, going way too deep on the brakes. And the dive just didn't work out. He's down to 8th. Mark that 7th. As they all pass through our screens here, there's Santos. He gets past Burgues there. And now Ramawi leads this one. A very curious point there. What happened to... Oh, there's trouble. Oh, Burgues in the wall. I wanted to know what happened to Maximilian. He decided to enter into the pits very last second there. And he's all the way back here. What was the idea of that strategy call? Why did he come in? I have no idea. Unless he just didn't fuel up the car enough. But he's all the way into the rear end. It's now effectively put him out of contention in this race. Are there more pit stops to come? And is that a high IQ strategy? One thing's for sure. We have 30 minutes left to go for this race. Anything can still happen. Chat saying, I think, what's that? Daniel misses breaking point. I had a feeling. I don't think he would have really went for an overtake like that. That was kind of insane. There's Ilham side by side. Take a look. Ilham, he's back. He was in the rear end of this race. Now he's up in P7. Layla here trying to get some moves on Danielle for P8. And oh, trouble there. The Audi of Leonardo. Hold the brakes there, sir. Has to stay in one place. And there we go. That is a... good call there, as I think Burgues just caught that one out. As he's side by side with Danny Nasseir, there's trouble up the road here. Farinello, trouble with him. Christian Farinello. He's off there side by side down the mountain. Conti's up to 4th now. Steinberg, a little bit of essence at 2025, is it there? Move and a half for the moment there. It's getting very dicey. as they head down the mountain, still feeling very itchy. Top 3 is all the way out here. Ahmed, little bit into the grass. He's side by side with Eamon Asper as they head into the chase. Who's the first of the late breakers out the 2? Ahmed in the Corvette will hold it up to the inside. It's contact. It's contact. Eamon runs into the rear of Ahmed as he tries to switch through. Is it enough for them to swap around? Eamon will stay ahead. I don't know the entirety of that incident, but he continues to run forward. He's up to 2nd after that bit of contact. It's going to be a lot to work for the stewards after this race. But with 30 minutes left to go, it's all coming down. And there is Daniel Santos. He's in the points barely, trying to go around the outside of that McLaren up ahead. He's got the run there on the outside, and he's going to get that one done. P11 for him. He's got Tio watching in the background as he gets that move done. Now he's got Tiago up the road as well as Daniel to enter into the top 10. Meanwhile, Tiago touches the grass. He's going to go way too deep. I saw that from a mile away, and I think Daniel also saw it too. He got right out the way. Here comes Santos. Santos, he's going to cut through the traffic like it's rush hour, baby. He's going to get that one done. He's got 2. 2 for 1, twice the fun. It's the mountain special. Santos is up here in another position. It's 9th for him. What a move it was for him. He's got it. He's going. He's broken out of that first pack, and I know he's going to be pretty happy with that one. What a move there from him. Oh, and Danielle, even more trouble. He slams the wall on the outside. The McLaren will go down the inside. This could cause trouble if they're not playing nice around this time here. Through the mountain section as they go, down through the tipper. All the cars now packed through within each other. P10 to P, I want to say 17 or P18 through each other as they head into Forest Elbow now this time. Left-hander here. Y'all see some side-by-side action. Andy Park around the outside trying to hold on. Can he? No, he cannot. Touches the wall. Kevin Ospina as we cross through the trees. The McLaren, the Porsche trying to get through on the Honda, excuse me. What a fight this was. I can't even keep up. Here we also see Ahmed right on the tips of Eamon Asper. Oh my goodness me. What a fight this is. 28 minutes left to go. So much action. And a little bit of trouble here as... Oh, Danielle. Oh, we made contact with Tiago. Tiago, he 360s it. He's luckily out the way. We also have Layla getting the move done on Ilham. Poor Tiago. He was leading at one point in this race. And just one mistake, he went deep into the gravel and just went wrong for him. Now, as for this fight here, Ahmed wants to get back on Eamon Asper. Again, Eamon, probably 2 penalties looming over him. One, the contact between himself and Tio, and this one here that he made contact to overtake Ahmed. Now, the reason why there's no penalties all of a sudden just given now is because we don't have all the angles to look at throughout this one, so it'll come down to after the race and after race penalties to decide it. But drivers have the chance to let through positions if they feel they're responsible. That's if no major positions were lost from the driver who was taken out. So if Eamon were to give that position right away, he would have been calm and away from any sort of investigation. But the fact that he didn't tells us that he believes that move was legit. So we'll find out later on throughout this week. One thing's for sure, Eamon needs to win this race. He's got penalties looming over him, but he needs to win it. If he wants any chance of this championship. And as Santos is down in P9, he hasn't even touched the top standings here. Oh, we have some trouble on the tip of the mountain. I think they've gotten going. Yeah, most definitely. Leonardo as well as Danny Nasseir also finding themselves facing each other in a different part of this one here. Ahmed now back on to the rear end. 5/10 the difference. 25 minutes left to go for this race. is there a shot at glory for this race win between these top 3 drivers? Ahmed, who has dominated the majority of this race, the safety car kind of catching him off guard, and the pit stops kind of screwing up. It was down in P5, then he was leading into the second safety car. But now it's different. And look at this, side by side here, Kevin Ospina, P12, and you see, oh, Danielle down the inside. Thiago's gonna touch his fellow Porsche there. Very, very close between each other. I'm not liking this one bit. And yep, that's what I expected. McLaren hits the wall hard. Now, great 360, he's got back going. A lot of drive, they just got way too excited there. I don't know who it was, but way too excited trying to go for a move and just not being smart and single filing through this part. Very tight racing, and it is a race after all. I can't tell these guys to not race. But it's a very, very close one, that's for sure. Ahmed has a second chance here at P2. In fact, he's gone alongside the inside here as they head into the chase. Does Eamon back out? No! Oh, Ahmed hits the wall! Does he collect Eamon? Oh, he tries to save it! He doesn't hit Eamon! That is absolutely impressive! I think he may have clipped the grass, and Ahmed sent backwards. Yeah, there's no indication that he made contact with Eamon Espeir. And he's just gotten it wrong there. He's down to third, but 10 seconds behind third. And Eamon has just shuffled off one driver out. No reason to touch him. No contact was made. Eamon has himself and the race win ahead of him. Christian Ramau wants to get a race win as well. It's such a close fight as they get to the end of this one. 23 minutes left to go in this one. It's so intense. It's undecided where any of these drivers are going to finish by the end of this one. We are well and truly over an hour of racing. As we head down through the little dip here as we watch Evan Steinberg chase down for P5. And Layla, I don't know, was that contact on the wall? I'm not too sure. Eamon, though, making a little bit of contact on the wall himself. He's now 3.4 behind Christian Ramau. I don't know if that truly slowed him up. Evan Steinberg now chasing down Layla. Can Evan give us a classic like he did last year at this very race, at this venue as well? Here's Danielle chasing down Thiago Ravaz. See how this fight turns out between the two. Into the skyline section through the dipper. Thiago holding on to the final points in this one. If he can hold on for about 22 more minutes, he's got Kevin Ospina as well behind. Here is the battle between Christian Farinello and Ilham Lesmana. Meanwhile, as this one continues, Eamon's tap into the wall is costing him about 4 seconds. Actually, maybe going up now because Ahmed, I thought it would have been closer there. No, it's about 4 seconds he costing him. 6 seconds out the difference between the two. So Ramau has that open space ahead. And here is Daniel Santos. Next up, Evan Steinberg. Still trying to pull off a last to first challenge. Can he do it? A lot of the quick drivers here doing such a... It's so complex what every strategy is all about. And Santos, I think for sure he has to get that most positions earned point. As Steinberg runs a little deep, Santos is going to take that move there, and he's up now, 6th position. Next up, Layla, and that's going to be for 5th, and he'll be entering the top 5. It's not his first time in P5, but it's a very close one. If Santos can maybe potentially rally himself up to the podium, he's got 20 minutes to do so. And Farinello, you see a lot of damage. Ilham wants to get on the loud pedal. We haven't even talked about our class leaders at all in this race. It's been so complex how this one is, but Ahmed leads off his silver standings, followed by Conti and Layla. In the bronze category, however, we look at Thiago Ravaz looking for a win in his category, followed by the returning Kevin Ospina and San. So still plenty of racing to look out for. And also to note, Layla right behind Conti. Half a second the difference. This is a closer battle between Christian Farinello, Ilham Lesmana, and Andy Park. Battling for P8. Let's go on board with the Honda. Is there a chance at an overtake through the chase? We also want to switch gears to Layla in just a moment. Is it going to be single file between the two? No, it's trouble. It's Ilham who takes it to the gravel. Just gets it wrong there. Meanwhile, Santos now catches up to this fight here. This is your battle for P4. Layla's up to 4th. Gets the move done on Iris Conti. These two drivers fighting for P2 in the silver class. And it's getting very close between them. Santos overtaking. This will just be for the overall positions, but the class positions, he's got nothing to do with this silver class. Meanwhile, let's get back here to Andy Park now, who just has Farinello in the way. And Andy letting Farinello know that he is there to prowl on this one. And our race leader is catching up to some lap traffic, we believe. Yes, 2 cars ahead, lapped. And race director may step in for this one between the two. P21 and P20 let through the leader immediately. On the straight. It's for P21 and P20. We're going to have a couple more leaders coming up very soon. And there's both of them going through, and I think the overslowing just allowed one of these two NSXs to get past the other. Valentin is going to get through on Emmanuel. Silva in the pits. As we climb down to this battle here. 18 minutes left to go. 26 concurrent viewers. If you are just tuning in, you are missing a hell of a race, but you're coming down to the wire out here. Mainly watching a lot of these top positions. Eamon, he's chasing down Christian Ramau. He's got some traffic up ahead as well. And here comes Andy Park as they head into Murray's last corner here, missing the apex, Andy Park. And meanwhile, Eamon Nasseir has caught up to these drivers up here now. It's going to be a lot tighter. But we have given them the signal. Race Direction's given them the signal that you are going to get some lead lap cars, and we're not going to annoy the voice channels too much. But they will have to let through. Not directly in the way just yet, but coming up fast. Oh, hits the wall again is Eamon. And that's one car off the circuit. Rejoins on here. And this is very tight. Oh, Valentin gonna try to... Oh, wow, that's hard into the wall. I think Valentin tried to let through Eamon, but honestly, this is the one exception. You don't need to let anybody through here, as Emmanuel just gets through here, and Eamon finally gets going. It has costed him time, but it's a credit for them. They are on the mountain. It is very difficult to get through. Oh my goodness! Oh my god! Layla's on a roof! Layla's on a roof! It's done! Her race is done! Oh, and while she was right in this top pack here, out of this race, it is such a shame! Layla going for a career best. I don't know what the hell just happened, but jump scare there, folks. That might be one of the second or third times in this championship where a car has found himself on its head, and Layla out of this race because of it. That is a very scary moment. I hope she is all right. Oh, holy. That was a moment and a half. You see Evan just running into the grass there. We're counting it down. So Layla, unfortunately, out of this race. I think Silva also may be out. We've also lost Thiago and Andre in this one. 90 minutes at Bathurst, biting hard on all these competitors here. As I think, yeah, there's your podium drivers just now going through the first bit of lap traffic here is Valentin having a little bit of a battle here with his teammate. The battle for P17 now. There's a lot of drivers are dropping like flies as we start to head towards this one. We're in the final 15 minutes of this race. Is there anything left for the top three to fight between each other? Eamon has got about 7 seconds actually. 7 seconds to the top drivers. Is there enough? Is there a chance for Eamon to snipe a race victory? As Santos is firmly in this top 5. He's in P4. He's trying to score as many points as possible. He's got a lovely gap as well. Think about over 16 points. Now, one thing's to also note, these endurance races are part of a 5-race championship. It started off at Daytona and now into Bathurst. These are the only 2 races that combine themselves with the GT World Challenge. Next time we'll see these guys in the endurance category will be in May. It'll be at the Nürburgring. Next up after that, it's going to be a back-to-back race weekend. Spa, then Le Mans. And it'll round out your endurance category. So there's still this championship to hold on to. Chat, I think the paddock pen is saying that Thiago getting disconnected out the session. A very huge, unfortunate moment for him there. Meanwhile, here comes Andy Park. Evan Steinberg now, P6, P7. Do I really got to say it? Evan defends the inside. Andy Park to the outside. Into turn 1 of Hell's Corner. Park all over the rear, trying to pounce on this move for 6th place on Park's return. What can he do? Onto the inside under the Thrustmaster bridge there. Park is going to send this one down the inside through the right-hander. And gets it done. So Steinberg settling off for 7th. Right behind them. It's a lapped car there, but Farinello quite a ways behind. Ahmed 5 seconds from the leader here. From the leaders. Eamon is about 6.8. And Ramau is 12 minutes away from victory lane. In a race that has been more than exciting, which has been so entertaining from start to finish. Well, we're almost at the end here. As the drivers just wanting to cruise down. In the Endurance Championship, though, it's Santos who leads it off, followed by Peter Sabot, and then Ahmed. We have Esbir and Costa. That's your top 5. So this one's really going to shuffle it up as Ramau, who finished P9 back at Daytona, will have a big jump here in the points. You look at the World Challenge. Christian Ramau sits at 103 points. This race will put him up, and potentially he could be very close to Eamon. Eamon sitting at 129. So Christian's available points, he'll be able to get 128. Eamon, though, is going to be able to inch a bit more ahead, but Christian could have a chance at his home race to snipe a P2 in this championship. So lots to call out here in this race, but that is your leader, who has done an amazing job. Granted, he hasn't led the first half of this race, but it's the last laps that matter the most. Here we see Ilham Lesmana also chasing down. One thing's for sure. It is an incredible battle here throughout this one. And Ilham looking for... Oh! McLaren in the wall. Can it get going? Here comes Ospina. Got past. So crucially, not a yellow there. Would have been scary. And here's Andy Park now, trying to get into the top 5. Chasing down Conti. Career best for Conti, trying to get going. And now on to the inside. NSX versus R8. And Park is going to get that one done there. P5. One of your last bits of battle scrambling together, but we're under 10 minutes left to go. So, actually, take a look at that. The sun is kind of coming down here. I think we're going to finish towards the evening. That would be hilarious if we do finish in the night somehow, almost completing, well, maybe 15 hours of this race rather than just 12. We shall see here. So Conti down to 6th. Is there any close drivers here around? Chat's saying this is unbelievable. Some people need to stop racing, just can't. So yeah, unfortunately, Layla retiring out. I see you in chat there. Found you on your roof. Don't know what went down, but a very unfortunate moment. Layla would have been putting down her career best, and to do it at Bathurst would have been a huge feat, but stars were just not aligned at that point of the race. But a close one indeed, but there's your leader. 10 seconds ahead, and you know what? We might accidentally get a little bit of night racing towards the end here. Very peculiar. But we'll see what goes down. Is there a chance of any last-minute overtakes here? Teammates. So Christian and Tio, P8 is the battle. And we also have 3 seconds behind Ahmed against Eamon Espear. They could both have a fight to the end. Ahmed's last lap, a 2:02.253 against a 2:03.146. Very well, that could be a fight to watch out for. Maybe one of the last ones in this race as Tio goes down the inside of Farinello. Don't know if that was team orders or not, but Christian just did not put much of a fight there unless he's going to get right back. And we get ourselves a little bit of a battle here. Teammates coming together. And Tio holding on ahead there between the two. It's your battle for P8. Now 2.75. 2.74 the difference, now kind of 2.6. We're going to find out at the end of this lap with 5 minutes left to go. Sun is out. Eamon's last lap, 2:03.433. Ahmed, 2:02.77. Game on. 5 minutes left to go, and Ahmed is staring down a P2 ahead of him. It's 2.4 the difference. Eamon, you got your work cut out. Is there a chance that Ahmed could get back and regain second place? We'll see. It's going to be very tight. Oh, and a little bit of slide though. No, Ahmed hits the wall on the outside. And that may be a nail in the coffin there. One nail, that's for sure. Gap has gone up. 4/10 just about created. Ahmed pushing way too much on used tires. Getting antsy here. And Sun, you know what? It's coming down. When I thought we were going to finish in the afternoon, we might finish in the dusk. 2.5 still the difference. It doesn't look like Eamon did capitalize on his mistake. And Eamon has just got a shot at glory. He's got P2 right in the palm of his hands. He cannot mess this one up now. Needs to hold on with 4 minutes left to go. Flying past our screens on Conrad Straight for one of the final times. These drivers have completed so far about 38 laps. We were scheduled for a potential 45 if it stayed green. But to be completing close to 40 laps in a row, 90 minutes straight of racing, it is no easy task. Round the final corner of Murray's, Eamon will cross the line once again. His lap time, 2:03.521. Ahmed, 2:03.063. So even going wide and hitting the wall. Ahmed has still found pace, and he's closing up fast. What can be said? What can be done for Ahmed in this final 3 minutes? He's got to cut down 2.3. He's also got to overtake Eamon. How easy is that going to be? A desperate Eamon to score as much points as possible. He's 2 positions ahead of Santos. It's not going to be enough to have a close battle at Interlagos, but every point is going to matter at the end of the day. A much better left-hander here for Ahmed. And at this point, we are far from what would be a safety car because there's 2 minutes left to go in this race. And now 2 seconds the difference, but 2 minutes and 30 seconds loom over. They have lap traffic ahead. And who might that be? That is Danny Nasseir. Veteran driver here. He'll be knowing very well that there is a close battle coming to the end, and he's going to want to get out the way as soon as possible. He's already got the way for the leader on the mountain section. Gap actually opened up here. Eamon realizing threat is potentially underway. So Ahmed's going to have to really work for this one. They also have an extra lap to complete soon as this timer expires. So 1.9, even the straights. One thing about the Corvette, it was the fastest in the overall week, and, well, it's looking very quick out here. One minute left to go here at Bathurst. So that means it's 2 laps to go. The gap is 1.46. The silver driver, Ahmed, most definitely is going to get a promotion at the end of this race and be graduating to the gold class as we head into the final 3 rounds and the halfway point of the Endurance Cup. In the bronze class, it's Kevin Ospina on his return, who is leading, followed by San and Leonardo. But it's your battle for second overall. Danny Nasseir gets out the way, caught on the mountain. Gap opened up to 1.5 the difference. Poor Danny, nowhere to go, but that's the mountain for you. Time is up. So Rahul has 2 laps. He's about 1.5. 1.25 maybe. For victory lane. Ahmed has got 1.25 to get this move done. This is it. They're coming down to the dusk here. The late evening, the sun, pretty out there as Ahmed just slapping the curb on the inside. May have dropped him a bit of time. Christian crosses the line. It's 1 to go. Here at Bathurst, 90 minutes have been complete. We're in overtime. And Ahmed's got 1 chance. 1.5 the difference. There's no traffic between each other or ahead. It's all or nothing between these 2 competitors here. Ahmed's got the Corvette. He's got the quicker car on the straights. Can he be nimble enough in the mountain section to get this second place? Or will Eamon in the BMW challenging for the championship? Hold on. The gap now 1.47. And Ahmed's going to need a qualifying lap on used tires to get this one done. And if he does, it'll be a race of the century for him. It'll be one of the best races we've seen of him and one of the best races of 2026. Gap is now just hovering over a second, but he still has to overtake him. He's got to set it up for Conrad, but he's dropping time through this section of the mountain. Both of them are pushing with their absolute might. Eamon's got all to lose here. He's got to hold on as they enter into the dipper. The gap is 8/10. Left-hander, right-hander. Left-hander again, back on the right-hander. Gap is still 8/10, but is it enough? Forest elbow to go. You need a perfect exit, Eamon, if you have any chance of holding off. Game on here. Conrad straight left here. 1 chance to do it. A send of a lifetime, if so. Meanwhile, Rahul going through the chase now. 6/10 the difference. It's climbing down. I don't think it's going to be enough. But around the final corner, Christian Rahul is going to see the light, even though we're in darkness. It's the Bathurst 12 hours checked off the list. Rahul wins. He wins it at Bathurst. What a fight it was to the end for him. Final corner, it's Murray's, and Eamon will be able to barely hold off to Ahmed. He'll finish in second. What a defensive drive from him. Coming into P4 here, Daniel Santos has done a brilliant job. He has gone through war and back to come to Murray's to finish in a very, very respectable 4th place here. What a showcase it is for him. What a drive. We still have a lot of drivers left to go. Top 3 park at the end of turn 1, please. Rest of the drivers, please make your way to the pits. And here we look at this part here. Kevin Ospina, welcome back. He is chasing down glory here as safety car having fun out there on track. But turn your attention to Kevin Ospina returning out here in Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club. It's to note that Ahmed finishes up in P1 in the silver category. He may as well get a promo there. But Kevin Ospina, welcome back. He is your winner of the bronze category. What a performance from him in the Porsche. Give it up, the returning Kevin Ospina. What a race. But it's your top 3 with, well, that's a sight right there. Put a screenshot, put that on your poster. Championships on. Santos started last. He finishes 4th. And he stares down the championship rival he'll take to Interlagos. But it's your top 3 What an amazing race. What a fight. So much action, plenty of chaos, plenty to talk about at the end of this one. Congratulations, all drivers here. But your race winner, Christian Rahul, coming out of Brazil, victory lane. All right, that was quite a race out there. Lots to talk about. I'm gonna say first and foremost, let's keep the general chat to basically a silence, because there's we'll talk about all incidents at the end of this one. So I'm gonna ask once and once only to please just cut it all out, and we'll talk about it during the post race. So please don't complain about incidents. But we're gonna talk to our top three in just a moment. I'll let you guys catch your breath for a sec though. What a race though. I'm myself. May not see it, but absolute incredible bit of racing. We come down to the end. Chat saying Rahul the real GOAT. Lots to talk about here. Championship as well. Also implications here. In first position out of Brazil with an amazing drive in this one to take victory lane out here. I'm inviting you up here, Christian Rahul. What a performance from you. I sent you the invite when you can. Christian, wow, victory here at Bathurst. That is an incredible feat. Congratulations first off. How was that race for you 90 minutes later?
Firstly, I want to thank Duck Bruno Pregnolato for making my livery. Very beautiful one. Well, that was basically my hardest race overall that I did here in CMRSC. My first stint was completely only savings, only correcting the car all the way, especially in sector 2. And well, after the safety cars, I had that scare. I got scared from Daniel Santos. He did such a dive on me. I was like, "Foda-se, caraças," and such. Also had that moment with Danny Nasseir, but yeah, was okay. At least I didn't fly from the track. Overall, my main pace was actually in the second stint. That was probably my best laps there, but mostly, in my opinion at least, this win was more about my luck, especially after that accident and in the downhill, and I made the sliding into turn 4, I would say. So yeah, I want to congratulate Daniel Santos for his recovery race. Very nice one from him.
Well, what an incredible one for you there, Christian. Congratulations. A hell of a race for you. Obviously, first part of this race, you weren't really trailing this, the top and holding on to P1, but it was the last laps that mattered the most. You finish P1. Congratulations on that one. Moving it on now for second position. A very, very hard fought battle to hold on to P2. It came all the way down to the wire where the gap was basically about 5/10, but at the line that mattered the most, it's Eamon Nasseir who pulled off a great drive to finish home second place. Eamon, I have you here with me. Congratulations, a great drive from you. How was that race personally for you?
I mean, first of all, I would like to take a second just to say Happy Valentine's Day, since this is mine and Lacey's anniversary. So I just wanted to take a little second to dedicate this beautiful P2 to her. And other than that, the race, I mean, it's Valentine's Day, but like my hands, I don't think they love me after this one. My hands are absolutely killing me right now. It was a roller coaster of a race. Like went from almost like being in the fight for the win to having the car fully sideways into the downhill of the mountain. It was a overall very fun race though. I just took my time to enjoy it.
One thing that we did see throughout this race, there was a bit of contact, I think, between yourself and I think it was Tio as well. Just your input on some of those like argy-bargy incidents. Was that just close racing, or is that something I feel like we should look into more? Obviously a great race from you, but yeah, some of the incidents there that did go down, just take us through your perspective. What happened on your end?
Well, I think that incident was like just a very unfortunate thing. If I was fully side on with him into the apex, fully stopped the car, but he just probably didn't see me on the radar or something, and he just turned in. I was like half the car over the curb by that point. Like I already had it stopped on track, then I turned over the curb when I noticed that he didn't see me, and at that point, like, it was just spinning his car. If I hit the brakes and stopped there, it would have been absolute disaster for everyone. So I just, after that, I pinned the throttle and just went away, because otherwise it would have been a more dangerous situation. And as for other incidents, I would just like to point out, like, under the safety car, when you saw Leonardo Dobrano, I think, you only caught to the moment where he was re-overtaking me. I was giving him back the position because the rule states that the leader should hold the pace and the pack should follow the leader, and he just hard broke to like 60 kph. I almost rear-ended him, so I went around him, and he wasn't willing to go and catch to the leader, and so I just had to at that point go, because otherwise, like, I was giving up 30 seconds to Ahmed just for free. At that point, there was one car that wasn't following the correct procedure, so I had to do what I had to do.
Yeah, a lot of technical stuff to look at after the stream there. But overall, though, Interlagos, it's the race. You won your championship for the Endurance Championship, but this time out, it's a very different scenario. What's the mindset right now as you go into that week?
Well, I mean, I would like to thank Danny for being a very fair championship rival throughout the whole thing, and today pretty much gifting me points to get like an actual championship fight that we've been practically robbed of throughout this championship, even though he had like a crazy race today and made it all the way back up. So unless he has a terrible race, I think it's more his to lose than mine to win. I will do my best. I love Interlagos. It's a track that has always suited me, so the goal is to win the race, get the fastest lap, get the pole position, as per usual. The goal is to do as much as I can, and if it's not enough, then it's not enough. Daniel would have deserved that championship. If he ends up winning it, he would have deserved it from day one, as much as I think that I could have, but there can only be one winner, and he had like the best season.
Definitely a moment to lock in, that's for sure, because it still can change hands, but we hope we could see you with some high spirits going into that last one, still giving it your all. P2 out here, though, a great way to enter onto the podium, real proper. Once again, congratulations for you.
Thank you.
And last but certainly not least, it was the chaser in that one, chasing down for P2, but just at the very last corner at Murray's, it gap was about 8/10, just to the line. Maybe one more lap could have decided it. Whatever the case may be, Ahmed, sir, you finish here, P3. I want you to take it away, though. I'm not going to put words into your mouth, but just tell me that feeling from that race overall to finish where you do here today.
I love this track. Like, Bathurst was the most fun race we've had so far. That first stint felt perfect. Like, everything went exactly like I wanted it to. And then the chilling words of safety car entered my ears, and then from then on, it was just a collapse, really. Like, I somehow managed to lose positions to Max on the first safety car. Then when we got restarted, my tires were about 10 psi off where they were meant to be, and I just dropped further and further back. And the second safety car happened, and I hit the wall. Like, I had a good start and then hit the wall, and then just fell further back, and then tried to battle with Eamon a bit. Probably got a bit too overzealous. Did a couple 360s, you know, for the fans. And then, yeah, I just tried chasing him down, just for a bit of fun, because I love this track.
Had a great battle with him, and yeah, very unfortunate to not see the battle come even closer, but very happy to hear you're in high spirits of that one, and yeah, a great first stint as well, very dominant for you, and to finish P3 is not too shabby at all, and keep in mind, this is still the Endurance Cup. And this is a whole separate 5-round championship, and you're doing an amazing job so far now. So let's see what you can do in future races. Of course, the next one is all the way until May for the Nürburgring. But as of now, a great race here, and love seeing you out here at Bathurst. And yeah, we'll hope to see you more again very soon. Congratulations, P3.
Yep, thanks.
I want to give a massive shout out to two individuals who gave us a great, first of all, a great skin. I want to shout out Evan Steinberg. You're looking at it on your screen if you're watching on stream. This whole track skin done by him. Absolute beauty. So massive shout out for taking your time and getting this amazing track skin done. And a big shout out to our safety car driver, Regan Milana, who held it down and gave us the first safety car in about 4 years, I want to say. First physical safety car. He did absolutely incredible. Thank you so much, Regan. We're sticking out of kayfabe here for the moment, but yeah, our safety car driver, better than Bert Mylander, Regan Milana, thank you so much, making the pack safer every single day. I know you're going to be racing more, but if ever you want to use the safety car, by all means, it's yours. But that's going to do it here. One race left to go in the GT World Challenge. This is not the second to last race in GT3 in general. There's way more to come down later in the year as we head towards the summer. This is coming up now. Interlagos, one race in the regular series of 45 minutes of racing. We hope to see all of you there. I know we lost a handful of you because you just couldn't be asked to care about the mountain, which I don't blame you. We hope to see you, though, next week. We're going to have a week break after that, and then we head into our next championship. And yeah, it should be very exciting. Give yourself a pat on the back if you made it to the end of this race from the very start. The mountain does not take anyone lightly. So congratulations to everyone for making it to the end. Congratulations to our race top 3 finishers and our race winner, Christian Ramau. We'll see you next week. We'll have the practice server open. We'll head into the lounge chat right away, and we'll talk over what went down in that race. And that's going to do it. You look at your top 3 here, but it's your man who finishes P1 right there. It's Christian Ramau. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in for the Bathurst 12-hour virtual. We will see you in 1 week's time for the finale of the GT World Challenge at Interlagos. It's going to be a race, not to forget. Championship, it's going to be truly on the line. It'll be difficult for Eamon to get it done. Never say never in motorsport. We'll see you in Brazil.